You will see thousands of cats. You will not believe your eyes and ears. As cats attack sleepwalkers.
A new horror movie by Stephen King scares the country's socks off and screeches into first in the box office derby. Entertainment Tonight has the frightening facts and figures for Monday, the 13th of April, 1992.
Hello again, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mary Hart.
And I'm Lisa Gibbons. John Tesh will be back from his honeymoon real soon. Sleepwalkers woke up to a cool $10 million at the box office to lead the movie money parade over the weekend. For horror king Stephen, it was merely the cat's meow.
Get the bad guy! Get the bad guy!
He was scared of a cat.
Stephen King's new horror movie Sleepwalkers is scratching up controversy with cat lovers. In the film, cats are the mortal enemies of vampire-like creatures called sleepwalkers who also prey on human souls.
Wow. Those are your cats? There's a lot of them.
Oh, they're strays, but we'll get rid of them. We're good at getting rid of pests.
Gruesome scenes of cat cruelty show the way sleepwalkers deal with felines. All this has some cat lovers who went to see the movie this weekend up in arms.
The cats, I think that was not nice to have all them cats out there like that because I have a cat, and I didn't like that.
There were gratuitous scenes of violence against cats which were really offensive to me.
I realized that it's just a movie and they're not really cats, but being a cat lover, it kind of struck something in me.
But Barbara Sands of the American Humane Association says her organization monitored the making of the film to ensure that no cats were actually harmed. Still, she says some people should stay away from the movie.
Even though no animal was harmed and everything is an illusion, still it's visually disturbing. It's very graphic.
Ironically, longtime animal rights activist Cleveland Amory sees Sleepwalkers as a pro-cat movie.
I think you go out cheering for the cats, and I'll take a movie anytime that's cheering for the cats.
As for horror master Stephen King, he's banking on his cats becoming big box office.
You will see thousands of cats. You will not believe your eyes and ears. As cats attack sleepwalkers.
With Sleepwalkers winning the weekly box office crown, Basic Instinct stayed at number 2, and White Men Can't Jump was 3rd. Beethoven and Fern Gully round out the top 5.
Forget about the Democratic and Republican primaries. The voting that has captured America's imagination has to do with Elvis Presley. Balloting has been going on for a week now, and as today's Inside Story indicates, there is so much voter interest coast to coast, they're running out of ballots.
I'm gonna stick like glue. Stick because I'm stuck on you.
Young Elvis versus more mature Elvis for the U.S. postage stamp is the hot issue of the current election.
I voted for the young Elvis.
I voted for the fat Elvis.
A recent poll shows that over 78% surrender their vote to the young Elvis, but Hollywood seems split on the topic.
The more attractive, younger picture, because that's what we all have in our mind.
Most of us really remember him in the older one, and I think it really personifies more of him at his peak than at the younger time when he was struggling. That's my personal preference.
Priscilla Presley remains non-committal.
They're both very nice pictures.
But in Living Colors, David Allen Greer opts for a third choice.
I think I'd have to pick the Elvis with the afro. A lot of people don't know that, but there is the third choice.
Well, that does seem a bit far-fetched, but it gave us an idea. For an inside scoop, we went to Elvis impersonators for their views. There are more would-be kings than sequins on Elvis's outfits, and this bevy of Elvi had conflicting choices.
Everybody in the wholesale block was dancing to the jailhouse rock.
Raymond Michael teaches choral music at Chaparral Middle School by day, but at night he swivels those hips and gets all shook up. He may act like the older Elvis, but that's not his choice.
I like the young Elvis because I think just the artwork and is real clear, and the other one is more like an airbrush impression of Elvis.
Danny Unovich not only looks like Elvis, but lives like the king. He has built his own miniature Graceland called Melodyland in California. It includes a Vegas-style bathroom, so his vote is obvious.
I kind of like that, the older one, you know, with the jumpsuit and stuff like that. I kind of like that style.
Kevin Thong Prisha is the Thai Elvis who sings at a local Los Angeles restaurant. He's been kinging it up since his days in Bangkok. He's voting for the older Elvis because the younger one sang too high for him.
Because the old style, the one that Elvis sing, the very high voice, I can do it.
Clarence Giddens is the black Elvis, and he says only one stamp is always on his mind.
The young Elvis, he still got that zazz about him, that sexy look, that all-American boy.
One Elviser who actually plays the young Elvis is 18-year-old Martin Anthony, while Stephen Perry does the Vegas Elvis. They have a different solution to the stamp dilemma.
I think both of them, so they got the memory of the young and the old. They could sell more stamps that way.
While Eric Sahagan, who Elvised for over 20 years, thinks this should be the king of the envelope.
They should make a third stamp of the 68 comeback special in his black leather and sell all three. You'll make 3 times the amount of money.
Then there's Elvis, the Mexican Elvis, who collects king memorabilia and has a new video called En el Barrio, or In the Ghetto.
I like the older, the second stamp more because it has more pizzazz, it's more Vegas, you know. Put a little bit of Vegas on your little letter, you send it off, you know, and then it won't be returned to sender, no way.
Elvis says he's looking forward to another possible stamp in the future.
Next summer, I'm trying to make, you know, the Elvis Impersonator series stamps, you know, but for stamp collectors, for serious stamp collectors, you know, maybe like Danny Yu or, you know, Tony Roy or Kim Garner. And of course, you know, they'll have an international flavor, and so they'll maybe have like me, the Mexican Elvis, you know, so maybe next summer you cast your ballot for me.
So far in the first week, the post office has received over 300,000 ballots in the Elvis stamp voting. The winner will be announced at Graceland in June. On our Inside Story tomorrow, a 70s rock star beats drugs, booze, and the blues and finds stardom in you as a waitress on the hit sitcom Roseanne.
I decided that I was going to commit suicide. And I'd always been told by being on the road with a lot of guys, oh, you know, all these pill takers and all that, they're just full of, you know, they're not serious. If you're serious, you take a gun.
70s rocker Bonnie Sheridan cleans up her act for the 90s. Our Inside Story tomorrow on Entertainment Tonight.
Coming up next, find out why Geraldo Rivera is letting Hollywood make fun of him as a form of public apology. And a bit later on, batting tips from the Sultan of SWAT himself. We've dug up some rare footage from the Hollywood career of the great Babe Ruth.
Hello, Moms. Just watch how Cheese Whiz cheese spread can change these French fries into something your kids will really love. All in the 1 minute it takes these guys to get ready for dinner.
But we are ready.
Until you wash up first. We'll be back in a minute.
If you suffer from the common aches and pains of arthritis, doctors know that a safe and effective way to relieve them is something you may already have in your home. Extra strength Tylenol gel caps. Tylenol helps relieve arthritis pain without irritating your stomach, the way aspirin or even ibuprofen can. What should you take for your arthritis pain? Talk to your doctor. The answer may be closer than you think. Tylenol, the pain reliever hospitals use most.
Minute's up. Just pour Cheese Whiz on, and hey, your cheesy fries are ready. Which is more than I can say for my little helpers here.
Let's get ready.
Better hurry, kids. I'm getting hungry. Proof once again, Cheese Whiz makes it marvelous in a minute.
Pizza Hut free pizza deal. Now, that's a mouthful.
We're working hard every day, taking pride in what we do.
You know, you can get a can of beans anywhere, but when you come in my store, I'm going to bag them better than anybody else. It's not a boring job.
Low prices, that's our promise, that's our way. American supermarket.
Everyday low price for everyday life.
Perry Mason is holding up a magnifying glass to Geraldo Rivera's life and loves, and much to the talk show host's embarrassment, they've chosen a story right out of the gossip headlines. When Rivera found out that Perry Mason's next case involved the murder of an egotistical talk show host with a tell-all book, he got angry. After all, Rivera came out with his own controversial book last year, and he saw too many parallels to his own life.
My first reaction was outrage. I said, sue the bastards.
His second reaction was to get in on the action. So now he's guest starring as the talk show host who's killed after shamelessly promoting his book about his intimate encounters with famous women.
It's all true. It's all in here. And it all goes on sale tomorrow. So you can enjoy it all.
Rivera says he saw playing the role as a way of apologizing to the women he named in his own book, including Bette Midler, Chris Everett, and Liza Minnelli.
I saw it as an opportunity to demonstrate to all the women who may have been embarrassed by the revelations in the book that I was sorry. You know, I've said publicly that I was sorry, but what more profound symbolic demonstration of that than to be stabbed in the chest by one of them?
Rivera won't reveal who the murderer is, but he promises the TV movie will be an interesting whodunit.
Jay Leno said something very funny. He said, Geraldo Rivera is acting in this Perry Mason movie. It's going to be very difficult to solve this mystery. Anybody with a TV has a motive. So I said, that's funny. It's pretty funny. It's snotty, but it's funny.
You've been a great audience. This is Ted Main saying, watch yourself, because we just may be watching too. See you tomorrow.
The Case of the Reckless Romeo airs early next month on NBC.
The late-night talk show wars are heating up, and Arsenio Hall is fanning the flames in a frank new interview in Entertainment Weekly magazine. Arsenio is hoping to capitalize on Johnny Carson's retirement, but his comments are already raising a few eyebrows. He's the late-night host audiences love to woof about, and now he's doing some barking of his own. While he couldn't touch Johnny Carson in the late-night war, in this week's Entertainment Weekly, Hall vows to go after Jay Leno with full force. But Arsenio told me his bark is worse than his bite.
I have the heart of a sportsman, of an athlete, of a guy who grew up in the playground saying that he's taller than me, but I'm going to try to kick his ass, you know? And if you say that to a reporter at Entertainment Weekly or something,
it's headline material.
yeah, it's headline material, and they make you sound like a gangbanger or something. It's like, no, basically, I'm just saying I'm a competitive guy. I'm going to try to kick his ass.
In the article, Arsenio lays down the law that if a celebrity dares to talk to Leno first, Arsenio will not be second in line. He also says that it's an insult to Johnny's legacy to say that Leno can replace him. Does it indicate that you are in any way concerned about his ratings? Worried about the competition?
No, I'm not concerned at all. I don't think the pressure's on me. I just got to keep doing the same job I've been doing. Don't get me wrong. First of all, I have the utmost respect for Jay Leno. When I was a kid in college watching television, I used to watch Jay Leno and say, gosh, you know, one day I'll be out there. One day I'll be doing that. Jay Leno was like, you know, one of the guys on the horizon that I watched, you know.
But you say you're not friends. That's what
no, we're not
you
friends.
made that point in the
I
article.
think the point is over, the word friends is overused. People are constantly in this town talking about, yeah, he's a very good friend of mine. Come on, we're not friends. I have 5 friends in the world, and I thank God for those 5 friends.
Arsenio, what would happen if you beat Jay Leno in the ratings? I mean, what would that prove to the industry or to you?
I think I have to try to beat Jay Leno in my heart and know that I'm the best. For me to be in the game is an accomplishment. So basically, it's a personal best type situation. I look in the mirror and I say, every day I'm going to try to be better than the day before. I'm glad to be in the game, and I just have to try to be good at what I do. And we have to be a slave to ratings because it's the currency in which we deal with.
Arsenio told me he plans to do his talk show for at least another 3 years, but he is looking for new challenges. He says he's not really all that interested in becoming an institution.
Laughter is the best medicine even when you're out to solve the most serious problems. That's what Roseanne and Tom Arnold are out to prove in tonight's Coming Attractions. The couple host this comedy and music special for Amnesty International with many stars like Daryl Hannah, Vanessa Williams, and Lily Tomlin. They're all trying to prevent human rights abuses against women. Roseanne believes humor can make a difference.
I think it can make you think. It's like a big jolt.
Free to Laugh premieres Tuesday on Lifetime. On pay-per-view, 65 women are competing for the title of Ms. Fitness USA. There's $50,000 at stake, and contestants are judged in physique, symmetry, personality, stage presence, and especially their own fitness routines, according to producer Lisa Douglas.
For so long, there's been a spectrum with beauty pageants on one end and female bodybuilding on the other end. And this really brings in that vast area in between
Ms. Fitness USA starts airing tonight on pay-per-view.
The most far-reaching developments do not emanate from Washington or elected politicians, but from unanointed citizens.
The documentary series Frontline airs a 2-hour election special featuring correspondent William Greider's observations and reflections on politics.
What we're trying to do really is help people focus their anger about politics.
Frontline's The Betrayal of Democracy airs Wednesday on PBS.
Instead of traveling to Africa to see lions and elephants, right here in Washington State, you have the thrill of seeing American wildlife roaming free.
And the Zoo Life specials that have been airing sporadically have turned into a weekly series. Host Jack Hanna explores zoos from the Pacific Northwest to Florida, and each show concludes with a tip for viewers.
At the end of the show, I give a 30-second wrap-up that's a conservation message of the week.
Zoo Life with Jack Hanna airs in syndication. Check local listings.
The show covers more than just zoos. It also explores the wild habitats of animals everywhere from Africa to Australia. Funeral services will be held Wednesday in Hollywood for comedian Sam Kinison. He was killed Friday night in a head-on crash while driving to a job in Laughlin, Nevada. A 17-year-old driver has been booked for vehicular manslaughter. Meantime, Sam Kinison is being remembered as an outrageous innovator.
I'm attracted to heartbreakers. I am. I love those women. You go up to them and they go, hi, hi there, hi. Listen, is that your heart?
This is the kind of comedy that made Sam Kinison a star. Loud, bawdy, deliberately shocking jokes frequently targeted at women and gays.
They say heterosexuals die of age 2. Name one!
Activist groups often fail to see the humor in Kinison's act, but this one-time evangelical preacher took it all with a grain of salt.
To me, it's like Archie Bunker. It's like an Archie Bunker of the 90s. It's that kind of attitude that you get to mirror a lot of attitudes that are already out there.
Pat Robertson, the Lord told me to run for president. Yeah, I bet he did.
Kinison's controversial persona soon took him from the comedy stage to the big screen, where he appeared with pal Rodney Dangerfield in the 1986 smash Back to School.
Hey, Professor, take it easy, will you?
Kinison even caused a stir in the music world when in 1988 he released his version of the 60s classic Wild Thing, complete with a video starring church secretary turned Playboy cover girl Jessica Hahn.
All the memories and all the laughter he brought, and that's more than any preacher has ever given me.
In recent years, Kinison had cleaned up his act, tackling a drug and alcohol problem and taming down for TV. A guest appearance on Fox's Married with Children led to his own show, this season's short-lived Charlie Hoover with Tim Matheson.
Yes, he was maybe a little off-color or whatever, but you know what? Sam Kinison should be remembered for bringing laughter into people's lives.
Got a question for you.
Go for it.
Which one do you think looks like a better beer?
Darker one. That one there.
This is Budweiser, and here's Coors Extra Gold.
Oh, no.
Want to hear something else?
I'm all ears.
58% of Bud drinkers preferred Coors Extra Gold in an independent taste test.
I can see why.
Coors Extra Gold, slow brewed for that real beer flavor and real beer color, the way beer was meant to be. So what's it going to be?
Go for the gold.
Coors Extra Gold, no doubt about it, beer is back.
Got a pickup truck down the street, just fill it up.
Open your eyes to a younger tomorrow with unique treatment, real moisture. Ceramide Eyes Time Complex capsules from Elizabeth Arden. Take your skin back in time to a younger tomorrow. Ceramide Time Complex capsules. One of the purest, most potent forms of skincare known today. From Elizabeth Arden Research. A $40 value, yours with any Elizabeth Arden purchase of $12.50 or more at Gaffer's.
Dear Dave, you know what I do all day? Drive to basketball practice, piano lessons, and ballet. And that's just Monday. So we love your super value menu. We stop when we get a minute for Biggie Fries, a Junior Cheeseburger Deluxe, and Caesar Side Salad. And I know beforehand what it costs because everything's 99 cents each. Dave, please keep Wendy's super value menu because soon you'll have another customer. Your friend, Lori.
Dear Lori, thanks. If you haven't thought of names, Dave's a nice one.
Whether you bring home a new Sonoma or bring home a new Jimmy, you'll come home to value with GMC Trucks low smart lease payments. Just $199 a month for a new Sonoma SLE loaded with air, stereo cassette, power windows and door locks, V6 engine and more. No down payment, $318 a month for a new Jimmy SLE with air, automatic, stereo cassette, power windows and door locks, V6 and more. With values like these, bring them both home. See McConnell, Chris Myers, Gary Lee, or Vince Wibb's GMC.
Well, now that baseball season is underway, Hollywood's getting ready to slam one into the bleachers, and we've got our own Leonard Maltin in the bullpen tonight to tell us about it. Leonard, I hope you got some more cliches.
I'm going to try, Lisa. I'm going to try my very best. This Friday, moviegoers are going to get to see John Goodman as the immortal Babe Ruth in the new movie called The Babe. But 60 years ago, audiences were treated to a series of films that starred the real Bambino, there's a cliche that fits, who turned out to have more movie star charisma than many other ball players ever have, along with his legendary batting skills. So now we're going to put these two talents head to head. You're going to see how the real Babe Ruth compares with his modern-day alter ego, John Goodman. Here's John Goodman, ideally cast as the Sultan of SWAT in The Babe. Goodman's a terrific actor, but he has big shoes to fill, because this is how the real Babe Ruth came across on screen in a 1932 short subject, materializing in a schoolboy's daydream.
7 times 3 is 21.
Stop! Stop! What do you mean, keeping these boys in there when there's baseball to be played?
Why, arithmetic.
Arithmetic. 4 times 4 is 16.
Yes.
3 strikes, you're out. That's our arithmetic. Come on, boys, let's go. What do you say?
Now there's a schoolboy's hero if I ever saw one, and Babe played the part to perfection. This was one of a series of short subjects Ruth appeared in the 1930s, in which simple plots framed some actual instruction footage. After all, who better to provide some how-to tips on America's favorite pastime?
And the turn of the wrist makes the ball curve. Now watch. Fastball, curveball. Fastball, curveball. Fastball, curveball.
This was not the baseball star's first time in front of the cameras, however. He'd starred in a couple of silent films when he was younger and thinner, and was a regular feature in newsreels of the day. In his short subjects, the storylines often had to do with someone not recognizing him, which in those days before television was possible, if not entirely probable.
My name is Riley. J. Clarence Riley. What's yours? G. Herman Ruth. Okay, I'm CNX Savvy. All right, Clarence.
But the essence of these films was Babe's winning personality and his tremendous appeal to youngsters. That's what still shines through after all these years and reinforces Babe Ruth's reputation as a hero who lived up to the name. Well, I wonder where that ball is today or what it's worth. But I know that Babe Ruth will always be worth $1 million to anybody. That's a personality that's very, very hard to beat.
Now, have you seen the new movie with John Goodman?
Yes, I saw an advanced screening of The Babe the other night, and I must say I liked it a lot. And I think John Goodman is sensational in it. He really does become Babe Ruth.
He's perfect for it. Thanks,
Yeah.
Leonard.
Thank you. Mickey Mouse opened up a French connection at Euro Disney over the weekend, and stars were there to bring a little Hollywood magic to the latest Magic Kingdom. In Marne-le-Vallée, France, Jane Seymour, Candice Bergen, Michael J. Fox, and Cher were among those kicking off the festivities, and Disney chairman Michael Eisner did his best to proclaim Euro Disney open.
Euro Disneyland, officiellement ouvert.
Beautiful far spacious skies, now those skies are threatening.
In Hollywood, the environment was the subject of a 2-day benefit concert. Don Henley, founder of the Walden Woods Project, performed. And in New York, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver premiered the TNT movie Arnold directed, Christmas in Connecticut. Star Diane Cannon got a hug from the very happy filmmaker.
People are liking it, especially my wife. She loves it. She thinks the world of the movie.
That's right.
Whenever families get together in Hidden Valley, you'll always find fresh homemade coleslaw. New coleslaw dressing from Hidden Valley Ranch makes homemade easy. Just use your fresh ingredients and our new coleslaw dressing. Rich, creamy, the right blend of seasonings. Who'd ever think homemade could be so easy? New coleslaw dressing from Hidden Valley Ranch.
spring at Cordova Mall.
Don't let Easter shopping turn you into a basket case. Just turn into your nearby K&B. K&B has the 6-pack of Hershey caramel eggs, Reese's peanut butter eggs, Almond Joy or Mounds, your choice for $1.79. The 12-ounce solid milk chocolate flavored rabbit is 99 cents. And the bag of 12 plastic eggs for filling or hiding is just 69 cents at K&B. Why, you can put all your Easter eggs in the basket, the purple one, at your convenient K&B drugstore. Personally yours.
Let's get real about the imports. Take Pontiac Grand Am versus Honda Accord. For $1,100 less, Grand Am gives you standard anti-lock brakes for braking control not available on Accord DX. But we're not stopping there, because now with financing as low as 2.9%, you could save a lot more than your money. During Pontiac's Get Real deals, see McConnell, Chris Myers, Gary Lee, or Vince Wibbs.
The debate continues on wheat bread versus white bread.
Peanut butter and jelly on wheat. White.
Wheat's nutritious.
White's delicious.
Now on the table, Iron Kids bread. All the fiber, iron, and other important nutrients of standard whole wheat.
Nutritious.
But with the look and taste of white.
Delicious.
Iron Kids bread from Colonial. The bread moms and kids can agree on.
Air travel furnished by and a promotional fee paid by Delta Airlines. Delta can now fly you to 62 cities and 33 foreign countries around the world. At Delta, we love to fly, and it shows.
Celebrating a birthday this day, actor Rick Schroeder is 22. Actor Ron Perlman, 42. Actor Tony Dow turns 47. Actor Lyle Wagner is 57. Actor Don Adams celebrates 66. And actor Howard Keel is 73.
In the 70s, Bonnie Sheridan lived the hard life of a rock star. Now she has beaten drugs and drink and landed a regular role on Roseanne, and she's our Inside Story tomorrow.
As we say goodbye today, a first look at Prince's world premiere video, which can be seen in its entirety on MTV. Here is Money Don't Matter tonight. Enjoy it, because May tomorrow. Bye now. Bye.
Find out that you're better off, making sure your soul's alright. That your soul's alright. It didn't matter yesterday. It sure don't matter tonight. Money don't matter tonight. It sure didn't matter yesterday. Just when you think you got more than enough, that's when
the energy-efficient heat pump keeps on saving season after season. And that really makes you feel good inside. Ask Alabama Power or a certified heat pump dealer to show you the steps to an energy-efficient home.
Listen here, cause Ray's got a big announcement for you. See, that special AHA ingredient is so popular, we're making April National AHA Month.
AHA will be everywhere this April. Grocery stores, restaurants, beaches, parks, everywhere. And to